What if humans could breathe underwater, but every other rule of the ocean stayed the same? You step off a pier, let the sea fill a new organ beside your lungs, and the panic never arrives. Oxygen crosses into your blood, carbon dioxide leaves, and that is the only miracle this world gets. At first it feels like the surface has stopped being a border, because you can stay below without a tank or snorkel. Then your ears begin to hurt, your sinuses tighten, and the water presses harder with every meter you descend. The new organ handles gas exchange. It does not equalize trapped air spaces or make human tissue immune to pressure. Ocean pressure rises by about 1 atmosphere for every 10 meters, so the first serious limit appears almost immediately. Divers already learn to equalize ears and sinuses because a small pressure difference across an airspace can injure tissue. Water breathing removes the air supply clock, not the need for careful descent, equalization, depth limits, or a safe path back. Breathing water does not give you a fish's effortless control of buoyancy. Bones, fat, muscle, clothing, and gas spaces still decide whether you rise or sink, descend, and compressed gas spaces lose volume, swim, and every movement pays the drag of pushing dense water aside. So the first everyday invention is not a palace. It is a fitted suit with fins, ballast, insulation, and adjustable lift. The next border is temperature. Water pulls heat from an immersed body much faster than air at the same temperature. Even a comfortable-looking sea can cool your skin, narrow blood vessels, drain coordination, and eventually threaten your core temperature. Permanent underwater life therefore clusters around heated rooms, warm water corridors, dry shelters, and suits designed for hours rather than heroic minutes. And breathing seawater is not the same as drinking it. Human kidneys still cannot dispose of seawater's salt without losing more water. The miracle organ passes respiratory gases only. It does not feed you, hydrate you, remove waste, or protect your cells from salt imbalance. Every submerged home still needs fresh water, food, sanitation, medicine, power, and an emergency route to breathable, warm shelter. Now imagine where those homes would actually spread, not across the abyss, but along sunlit shelves close to existing coasts. The upper ocean carries usable daylight, yet red fades first, colors flatten, and below roughly 200 meters the sunlight zone ends. Deeper still, lamps become life support for human vision, and darkness turns every broken cable or failed battery into a wall. Conversation changes too. Ordinary voices do not become clear underwater just because the speaker can exchange gases with the sea. People lean on signs, waterproof writing, face displays, and acoustic headsets, while radio links struggle to travel far through water. A school class might look almost silent from outside, its jokes flashing through gestures and bone conduction earpieces instead of open-air speech. Within a generation, coastlines gain a second layer. Farms under clear domes, repair stations beneath ports, and commuter lanes marked by light. Rescue crews can search longer, scientists can observe without bubbles or tanks, and children learn equalization before they learn deep water routes. But this is a civilization pressed against the shore, connected to surface grids and freshwater pipes, not an escape from land. Even the water itself is not equally breathable. Dissolved oxygen changes with temperature, mixing, biology, pollution, and location. A clear patch can become hypoxic, holding too little oxygen for most aquatic life and therefore too little for our imagined organ. People still wear sensors, not tanks, because an invisible low oxygen layer can be as dangerous as smoke filling a room. The new maps show more than depth. They show temperature, oxygen, currents, visibility, shelter range, and how long a suit can keep someone warm. A green route at noon can turn blue with cold after sunset, then red when a current drags low oxygen water across it. The ocean has become habitable but never uniform. Every safe neighborhood is a temporary agreement among moving conditions. One winter evening, a maintenance team loses contact with a teenager servicing a sensor line near the edge of the continental shelf. She can breathe so nobody hears the old word drowning, but her tracker is sliding downward into colder, darker water. The rescue team follows without air tanks, carrying heated suits, lift bags, acoustic beacons, lights, and a live map of dissolved oxygen. At 30 meters, one rescuer aborts with an ear that will not equalize. Farther down, the missing teenager is conscious but too cold to swim. Her suit's lift cell has compressed, the current is pushing her toward a hypoxic pocket, and her hand signals are slowing. Nothing here is solved by taking another breath. Survival depends on insulation, buoyancy, pressure, discipline, communication, and the team above. They clip her to a lift line, wrap her in a heated shell, and rise slowly enough to protect every ordinary airspace. The oxygen map keeps them beside a mixed water current, while acoustic pulses guide them back toward the bright shelf. They cross the habitat door alive, proving that water breathing changes the emergency but does not erase the ocean's other ways to kill. That rescue becomes the rule for the new world. Never confuse access with adaptation. A human can belong underwater without becoming a sea creature. Cities expand through shallow bays and continental shelves, where light, heat, fresh water, power, and surface support can meet. The deep ocean remains mostly remote, visited with equipment and discipline, because breath was only one item on a very long survival list. From shore, the transformation looks enormous. The coastline now has streets above the waves and neighborhoods glowing beneath them. From the edge of the shelf, it looks smaller, a ribbon of human light ending where cold blue water falls into black. The surface is no longer our border. Cold, pressure, darkness, salt, and distance still are, and the ocean finally feels larger because we can enter it.